Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So I thought I would give it a go, and I wasn't going to do the journal cover quite yet because I do make my signatures quite big, but I decided I'm going to do it because I want to sort of like sew on the front of the journal because this is the fabric I'm going to be using, which is beautiful. I love it. So this is obviously the Time for Tea journal, and I've got this lovely fabric. It's got lovely roses on it, teapots and little teacups, and I wanted to just go in with some of the flowers and maybe add some little crystals, a little bit of maybe some nice pretty sequins or something like that, just so it's a little bit pretty, gives it a little bit more dimension. So that is my plan. So what I have done, I've just folded up the signatures. I'll go through those in a minute. But I've made the cover the way I normally make it. So it's just pieces of card. I've got, now this is 6 inches and it's by 8.5 inches, and the spine is 2 inches. So I think that's a really, really nice size because they just sit in there like that, which is perfect and it's lovely. So I've got lots of room. We have here, which I've got lots of little embellishments to go in there, the little fabric pockets and bits that I've made. We've got our little cupcakes that we did. I've got all the little bits that we've made. I've got the little lovely little notice board on there, little chalkboard. So, and we've got the Friday freebies as well, which are the little teapot and the teacup. So we've got all sorts of bits in here that we've made together. So loving that. Pop that to the side. So the thing that I was going to do, well, let me just give you a flip through this. So I've got 15 pages, so I'm going to do 3 signatures. So we've got 5 pages per signature. So we've got sort of like 10 pages, and I've mixed it up. Some of the pages are from I've got all of the pages from the kit, and some of the pages I've used the butterfly, watercolor butterfly and flowers, which is beautiful, and I think that works really well. And I also have some of the grungy backing papers in here, which works well. But I just love it, absolutely love it. I think it looks so pretty. I think this just goes really, really well, which I'm loving. So this is the first signature. I've also used some papers from the Ko-fi, my monthly supporters paper that they got, which are in here as well, which is this one as well. This is from the Grungy kit as well. So please look through. If you're going to make a journal, you don't have to use every page that's in the kit, or you can, but add what other pages that you like in there. So I think because these look just so lovely together, and because it's sort of like a little tea room, I think sort of like a little bit of gingham looks really nice as well. That's my middle page on there. So we've got lots and lots to fill up, but I just think, look at these little pockets. I just think these are just going to look so pretty, even on that little pink. I think that's going to look so lovely. By the time I've got little bits of lace and everything on there, I'm so excited to do this. I do love making journals. So we've got all those little pages in there, which are lovely. And then this one, which is the last one, it just goes through. So this is what I've got in there. So there's 3 different sort of like journaling papers in here, but I love it, absolutely love it. Just adore these butterflies, they're lovely. So that is the signatures. So I'm going to pop those to one side. So I've got the cover ready, and I'm going to, this fabric is very, very thin, so I don't want to just pop this onto there. So what I'm going to do, I did try to use a little bit of sort of like batting, but it was too thick. It looked too thick. So all I'm going to do is pop a little bit of, this is just an old sheet that I've got left, and I'm just going to glue this to the outside. Now I'm going to glue this with a little bit of fabric glue, and then we can just cut it off. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to just tear it down I'm going to do it on the inside and the outside, like that, just so it gives it a little bit, so it's not so see-through as well. So I'm going to stick this on with fabric, and then I think I'll probably iron on this one with some, what's it called? This one, the Heat and Bond. I've got some Heat and Bond, so I think I might pop that on and iron it on. So we shall see. That's a sort of idea anyway. I do apologise, I've still got a very, very croaky throat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some fabric glue. So this is just the start, and then I just wanted to show you what I'm doing, so you get an idea, because I want to start embellishing the fabric on the front, which I will do in the evenings. Oopsie daisy. So let's just, oh look, it's got a little thing there. There we go, stand it up, that's easier, isn't it? I think I need a bit more than that. Yes, I do like this fabric glue. It's really, really good, and it works really, really well as well. So let's just... So I'm not sure whether to do the inside as well, because I'm going to use that fabric that we got with the teapots on is quite thick. It's quite thick, I don't mean that. I mean it's quite wide. So let's just stick this on a minute. Just like that. Nice coating on there. So what was I meant? I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you the full thing of the fabric, because the bottom piece has got all the teacups on, and the top piece is sort of like spotty blue, which is lovely. Which I think will go on the inside. Okay, let's just do the spine, and then we need to sort of make the spine pretty as well, don't we? Make sure there's no wrinkles in it. To the top bit. This is a fabric glue. This is called Trimit's fabric glue, and I got this in UK. Hobbycraft, I think it was probably Hobbycraft or somewhere like that when I was there. It was quite inexpensive. It was only a couple of pounds, I think. So it's, you know, it's worked for me. So not that I stick a lot of fabric on with glue, but what I have done, it has worked really, really well. As long as you spread it, you need to sort of spread it. If you leave it with the little lines on, it will, you know, show through. Pop a little bit more up here. You need to make sure this is stuck on properly. I should have probably had something underneath this, really. Okay, let's just put it this way. Move my ribbon out of the way. Just fold this down. I haven't ironed it, but we don't want any wrinkles in it really, because they will show through on the top on the other fabric, won't it? So there we go. So that's the outside. Oh look, I've got a big piece of thread in there. Let me just take that out. We don't want that showing through, do we? Just pop that in the bin. Okay, that was super simple. I hope it's not blurry on you, because it's white. Now I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing on this side. Yes, I am. I'm going to pop this on as well. So let's just... I must have used this fabric for something else, because it's sort of like the perfect size for these, for the journal. So I must have used it for another one at some point. So there we go. Stick that on. Let's just do this side first. And then this card, this board, I can sew through. My sewing machine allows me to sew through it. I just use exactly the same needle as I normally use for paper. I don't change my needle for anything. I use it the same for the paper and the fabric and sewing through here. Not quite sure what needle it is. I think it's just a standard needle, but it works really well. Let's pop a little bit more on. This is very thick, this. I'm going to have to wipe my desk in a minute. Perfect. There we go. Pop that. Big mess. Right, let's just pop that on like that. Whoops. Okay. Didn't stick this one down very well. As long as we don't have the little bubbles on here. And then I will leave this for a few days to make sure it's really, really dry while I carry on with doing the front. There we go, that's good. That's lovely. Let's do the middle bit. There we go. So I just thought I would just do a quick video just to show you how I'm doing this. And then, you know, it's another idea of, there's so many ways to do journals, so many ways to stick things on and make covers. It's quite mind-boggling, isn't it, sometimes? But it's still nice to see how other people do it. And this is how I do it. I do like the sturdiness of the board for the journals. But I also like the fabric covers as well. Now I need to make sure that that's gonna take this, just goes down into the little foldy bit there. There we go. And it doesn't all pucker up. We don't want a little pucker uppy bit, do we? Put that there. A little bit of glue. There we go. Nice little pattern. So yes, I'm quite looking forward to embellishing this journal. All the pages. So I've made quite a few journals lately, which I'm really, really pleased about. I don't sell my journals because of postage, because every time I try and post something, it never gets delivered. The customs hold it in customs, and it's just an absolute nightmare. So I really put so much into my journals that the last thing I want to do is lose it. So for the time being, unless the post changes, they are going to be sitting on my shelf, which I love them. So I'd love to see them, and it's a really nice thing to have, because as you make your journals, you can see how, you know, how you would have advanced from your very first journal. So it's good. Okay, so I think that is pretty good, isn't it? Like that. So I'm going to leave that to dry. I'm not going to cut the edges off yet. I might even leave a little bit of scruffiness around the edge. We will see. Just want to make sure this goes in properly. Okay, so that is our start of the cover, like that. Not that it really matters which way round it goes. But that is the start, and I love it. So I'm going to just pop this to the side for a second. Make sure I'm not gluey on here. Nothing's sticky. So the cover, because it's quite wide or long, however you want to say it, see what I mean? So this side has got the pattern on it, but you've got all of this as well. And I thought this would look lovely on the inside because you've got like little flowers, and the little polka dots look absolutely gorgeous, don't they? So, and I think what I might do as well is have it to here, because obviously we're going to have 8.5 inches like that. So the top bit would be quite nice to have sort of like the blue bit, this bit at the top, and the rest all sort of like roses. But I'm quite looking forward to sort of like, you know, just embellishing this bit, which will be lovely. So pop that to the side. So the only other thing I'm going to do now, not on camera, because I'm only going to sort of like ink the edges, just with a little bit of vintage photo. Just ink the edges, so it just takes that little sort of white bit off, and I do like to ink the edges. So that's about it for now. So that was it, just a nice quick one, just to show you how I'm starting off my journal, the journal cover anyway. And I will just ink these, and then I'm going to go through these and see what I want to put on each page. Oh, I have covered the little postcard pages. I've put some tea stain paper on the back, or coffee stain paper, so I've got all of those. I've got all of these little embellishments. These are from the little ephemera pack that we had, the tea and coffee ephemera pack, tea and coffee, the Time for Tea ephemera pack. So I've got all of these lovely bits to pop into the journal. So I've got lots. So I've got Friday freebies in here. These are lovely because these are little doilies. I've got the pockets. Oh, I've got all sorts of things. And then we've got the lovely little tea bags that we made, which are somewhere, which are here. I'll link the video down below for these if you haven't seen it, because they're really lovely to make. Really simple. But I've just got some rose petals in here. But again, you can always pop a real tea bag in there. If you feel somebody's going to drink it, pop a real tea bag in there. So there we go. Friday freebies in here. This was the other Friday freebie. So I've got lots and lots of things to go in it. So see what I mean about, I know it's going to be a big chunky one, but it's going to look lovely. So there we go, guys. That's the start of the journal cover. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a lovely evening. Please take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.